Being ignored by a girl is one of the worst things that can happen to you. On the one hand, you just want me to give in and finally deign to turn to see you. And on the other hand, you have that intense desire to scream at the top of your lungs that doesn't have to ignore you. That combination of need and anger breaks the will of any man. And to our disgrace, they know it. If you're trying to regain your relationship with your ex-girlfriend, it's going to be a complex thing to do if you don't get her to at least talk to you again. So we have built this special guide for you. That you find yourself in the worst possible scenario, after a break with a sharp refusal by your ex-girlfriend to establish contact again. There is no single strategy to melt the heart of an angry, disappointed or hurt woman again. But if you have real intentions to make things work from the start, and you're not chasing her again out of vanity or pride, you've already won. Women are very sensitive, and they know when your contact attempts are dishonest or you just want her back so that you don't feel alone or have physical intimacy. So if this is your case, better let her go and look for some other mermaid in the sea. If you have already determined that it is worth all the effort you will have to do to get your girl back, and that you are willing to do your part to make everything work again, then pay attention to this complete guide to get your ex-girlfriend to take the first step to be with you again, talk to you again. Let's start by assuming that you are at a critical point. Your girlfriend is completely ignoring you no matter how many times you call her or try to get her attention. Sure, you could be in a slightly less complicated situation, however, starting with the assumption that you're in the worst-case scenario is what makes this guide work no matter which one you're in. Also, usually if you've been trying to get her to come back for some time, you probably already have her a little bit up to and getting close to the point where she'll start ignoring you anyway. We have already seen that you need to be able to communicate with your ex-girlfriend to return to her. Communication is a big part of all relationships. And without it, it's impossible for you to convince your ex to come back with you. It is important that we understand this because this guide is going to give you a very detailed plan to follow not only to regain contact with your ex, but to get to the point where she will be willing to consider reconciliation. This guide is divided into 4 important steps or points that you must follow. 1. Understand why your ex is ignoring you. 2. The stretch and loosen theory. 3. Become yourself someone worth talking to. 4. Theory of the tides. Although we cannot promise you that this will be a guaranteed solution to return to your ex-girlfriend, what we can assure you is that following these steps to the letter, you will maximize your chances of achieving your goal. And that if you still do not succeed, it was definitely a lost case. Now yes, let's see the step-by-step of our guide. Step 1. Understand why your ex-girlfriend is ignoring you. People, in fact, learn a lot more when we fail than when we succeed at something. The reason is as simple as when we fail, we need to learn what we did wrong, and also learn to do things differently. So, if we assume that your ex doesn't talk to you anymore, there is a good chance that it is due to some fault you had. Most men run home with their tails between their legs when they experience some kind of failure, but that won't be you. No, what you are going to do is read this section and understand what you did so that your ex-girlfriend prefers to ignore you. And you're going to take notes about it so it doesn't happen again. Remember that you are going to use this section as a tool to determine what went wrong. We've compiled some of the most common reasons why your ex is ignoring you. Do you need a guide? Click the link below to see the steps to follow on how to really get your ex back without making mistakes in the process. Click now and enjoy this new opportunity. Subscribe, comment and share the video. A pleasure. Thank you.